Now, we know that Airbnb can be quite controversial. A lot of people having gone off it, but for us, it's exactly the opposite. We will share with you the 6 reasons why Airbnb remains our top booking platform. Now, stick around to the end, where we'll also be sharing with you some of the downsides that we have found. I'm Frank.
Hi, I'm Kim. So our number one first reason is budget. Airbnb has been the cheapest option. If you book for 28 days, you'll get a discount, sometimes up to 60%. We've just done our budget calculations for 2025. Adding it all up, we spent a total of 249 nights in Airbnb properties, and the average cost for all of those nights was £28 or $38 a night, which is pretty amazing, really, to have an apartment each time. And we don't book the cheapest option. Like, we do have nice apartments for that as well.
Yeah, so we found that even if you're not staying a full 28 days or more, it's worth looking at 28 days. In fact, once we wanted to stay about 2 weeks, but booking 28 days was cheaper than staying for 2 weeks, simply because we had a 60% discount, which didn't kick in for a fortnight. So make sure you consider all those options. Look at 28 days almost regardless. But if you are staying 2 or 3 days, you consider the week discount, which could be still significant. So it's worth booking a week, even if you only stay 5 days. Now, if you do this, the other advantage is if you book a day early and then a day late for departure, it means you can get early check-in because you will arrive a day after your supposed booking date. And you can get a late checkout as well because you're still booked for the next day. So that gives you those benefits while saving your money as well. And we'll really enjoy that.
It's genius.
It's genius. Now, as Kim said, we don't book the cheapest Airbnbs either. We try to aim for properties that would normally be $2,000 for a month. But with the discount, we get them for $1,000 or $1,200 max. So we still get a higher quality of property regardless. So definitely worth considering. Slow travel, obviously, but look for 28 days or more in your booking selection.
Okay, and then our second reason is that we get more space. So we have found, we've said before, but we really struggle just having one hotel room. So for us, having a separate lounge makes such a difference. It means that we get to watch TV in comfort.
This is our normal life, so we don't want to go out every night.
No.
We quite like occasionally staying home, watching our favorite TV series or a good movie.
Yeah, and often with our apartments, having a second bedroom and a second bathroom is always good as well. So we do get decent sized apartments that give us good living space.
So for us, really, it's all about comfort. We want to be able to live our life as comfortably as possible. So 2 bathrooms, a lounge, a comfortable sofa, chair, a kitchen, all those things make a difference.
So number 3 on our list then is having a kitchen.
Indeed.
So having a kitchen's always good. We can't afford to go out and eat every night. And also it's nice just to rustle up our favourite dishes.
You're right. I mean, also in a hotel, you don't have a kitchen, so you have to go out. And that's happened to us a few times. Even when there's a really good breakfast included, sometimes you don't feel sociable. You don't want to have to get dressed to go and get breakfast. You just want to be able to stay in your pajamas or whatever you're wearing to sleep with, and rustle up a quick breakfast. That gives you that flexibility without having to put on your social face.
Yeah, and feeling like we have our normal retired life. So as part of that, we do expect to do some cooking. So it's really good for us to have a kitchen.
Absolutely. It's not all about saving money either. It really is about choosing when you want to get out and being in the right mood for it.
And so what else do we get within our Airbnbs?
Well, the other advantage of Airbnb over hotels is often you get a washing machine, a dishwasher, and this is very important, a proper size fridge. One of the things we really dislike in hotel, I mean, we appreciate them, but we don't like having them there, is the mini fridges. They don't fit all the bottles of champagne we want to include. You can't have necessarily ice. I know some hotels will provide ice, but crucially, they're in the same room as where you're sleeping, and most fridges make a lot of noise. And trying to do laundry in a hotel is expensive. You know, anybody that's ever tried this will know, except maybe for Vietnam, where you can get decent service, and even then, they'll still be more expensive than carrying a couple of bags.
And Thailand. So I guess Asia in general can be easier.
So sure, most of the time in Asia, you will be using laundry services, and they are so cheap that it's not even worth looking at a washing machine. But generally, having all those extras means that, again, you live more comfortably, more normally.
Yeah.
And that is a great plus for us. And the big fridge means we have a freezer, which means we can keep bags of ice, which means we can make margaritas or caipirinhas.
And I get ice cream in Asia, so that's good.
True.
The fifth reason that we like Airbnbs is in regard to location. So we find if we book a hotel, not always, but often they're kind of clustered together, and therefore they're in a part of town that becomes more expensive. So the restaurants charge money because know that they've got a captive audience. And what we like when we visit a different city is to actually discover a neighbourhood of that city, and it's where people live.
Somewhere more residential with a more local feel. And that makes a big difference. Hotels are either in super touristic area, logically, or they're near airports. So we like living like a local for a while. Even if we don't always fit in as locals, we get much closer that way.
Yeah, and we get to experience their own butchers and patisseries and markets, and you just get a different feel for life. So that's something we really like from booking an Airbnb rather than staying in a hotel. Sixth reason that we have is that also because we've rented from a host, we get to communicate with them, and we also find that their recommendations are just more personal and more useful to us than we would get from a hotel receptionist. And also, it's not just food and drink, it's also any transport links as well. We can just speak to them and find out how to get around, and that's been useful as well. So they were our 6 reasons to give you an insight as to why we're doubling down on Airbnb.
So yes, that's all the good reasons so far that we have to pick Airbnb over hotels or other types of accommodation. We also don't pick house sitting, even though it could be really cost effective, at least we hear so. For us, the responsibility of looking after somebody's home or pet terrifies us. But that takes us now to our bonus. There are some downsides to Airbnb that we do take in consideration. Now, the first one is that you don't get daily cleaning or towel change like you would in a hotel. Now, we find we don't really miss that, but we also appreciate if we can arrange for a local cleaner to come and do it once a week. And we also don't actually like having daily cleaning because then we have to, have it coming
all out,
have it coming at 11, have it coming at 10. It just becomes more complicated. We like the simplicity of arranging one weekly cleaning.
And then also a benefit with staying in a hotel is often they do have 24-hour reception. And the other thing with Airbnb is you do have to understand what the arrangements are for collecting your keys.
Yes.
A lot of them do have lock boxes, so it's easy to access. And some of them now have like electronic codes on the doors. So it's generally not so bad, but there are still some occasions where the host needs to actually come and meet you, and then you've got to make those arrangements with them. So being able to just check in and know someone's going to be there regardless what time you arrive can be a good thing.
We also find that most of the Airbnbs we get now are in condos where there is reception and security downstairs almost 24/7. So we can get that as well. So it's not as clear cut as this, but it's worth keeping in mind if you really rely on 24-hour reception so that you can get something changed, or if you have any complaint, or just for the security aspect of it, then you might prefer hotels for this. But for us, it's never been an issue. One more downside we can find with Airbnbs is that sometimes they're really not as good as they looked in the photos. It doesn't matter if you read all the reviews, and they can let you down. So the bed is not comfortable, something is wrong with the sofa, the host is rude, maybe it's dirty, all of those things. In fairness, that really hasn't happened to us very often, but we can understand how some people will be put off. Though we've also been disappointed by lots of hotels similarly, where they would use some really strong,
powerful fragrance in the surrounding areas and sometimes in the room as well.
Yes, all the public areas.
And housekeeping wake you up all the time.
Yeah. So if you pick your Airbnb correctly, you'll find that it's very rare that you'll be that disappointed if you have read the reviews properly. But it can be one of the downsides. It's a bit of a surprise. Most hotels, especially if you follow hotel chains, they are reliable and will give you the same quality wherever you go. So we hope you've enjoyed this video and you found something useful in it.
Yeah, hopefully so. And, share your experiences. What are you looking to book next year? Are you still open to doing Airbnbs, or have you just gone over to hotels? Have you had any bad experiences or good experiences?
Yes.
It'd be great if you can share those.
And if you're doubling down on hotels, we'd love to hear your compelling arguments for why hotels beat Airbnb. So thank you for listening, and please subscribe to our channel, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video. Bye.
Bye.